For week 2, we are going to be working through a couple chapters. Chapter 2 teaches you how to use SSMS. And this is critical because if you don't know how to properly use SSMS, the rest of the semester is not going to be particularly fun. So learning how to use the interface is super important. So you're going to want to read through the chapter, and then I do have key points that kind of summarize the information that was presented. Okay, and you can kind of read through this. It just gives you a summary of the different commands. And then for you to actually learn, we do have a textbook assignment. And there are videos that you can watch that'll walk you through how to do these tasks. And then when we get down to a repetitive task, I did not give you a video because you should have picked up on how to do this from the previous task because it's almost identical. So this is kind of on your own. And this will be in a Word document. If you don't have Word, if you're using some other software, make sure you save it as a rich text file, an RTF file. So you can turn in Word, a Word document, or an RTF file. I should be able to access both of those without any problem. Okay, and then you're going to upload those to the Dropbox. So you'll add the submission. And usually what I do is I make this so it's not quite so big. And then whatever folder you save those into, there be documents or something else. Okay, what you're going to want to do, or what I think is easiest, is kind of display these next to each other, and then you can just drag this right over here and save it. And that's really all you have to do to turn it in. So chapter 2, this is the one that's designed for you to learn how to use SSMS. Chapter 3, we actually get into looking at data that is in the different database files and tables that you've installed. And the command that we use for that is the select command. And that is a command that you will be using all semester. So chapter 3 covers how to use the select command to select columns from a single table. So you're definitely going to want to read through the chapter and go through the chapter key points. This just summarizes what's in the chapter, and it actually gives you additional examples. And I tried to link to online sources that let you actually practice these commands. So this is an online version of Northwind, and you can run this. And it's showing you all the columns. And that's what the asterisk does. And then if you wanted to maybe limit the columns, you can actually put the column names in here with commas between them. Okay, and then as you learn more about the select command, you can add a where clause to this. And it's like a little filter. And we can do city equals Madrid. And we got to put quotes around that. And you'll learn all of these little rules in the chapter. Okay, and you'll also learn how to sort. Okay, if you didn't have a filter and you were looking at everything, how do you sort these? So all of that information is in here. And as I said, when possible, click on those links and do the interactive exercises. Then there is a textbook assignment that has you practice doing select statements in SSMS using the database files and the tables that you have installed. And so it's pretty self-explanatory. You have scenarios that you are working under and directions. And then there's also a video that walks you right through it. Now, when you get done with this, you are going to have a SQL file. You're going to save it, and it's going to end in SQL. You can upload that SQL file directly to the Dropbox. Okay, so there's no need for you to worry about converting it into any other format. The SQL format is fine. Okay, you can see this is a SQL file. It ends in SQL. This is chapter 3. So you can simply drag that right in there and upload that. Okay, save your changes and it will submit. So that is the assignment. You have 2 chapters, 2 things that you need to turn in. You might have noticed in each of these sections, I do have some additional information. So the backup and restore information I added because it's in chapter 2 that you learn about backups and restore. And this is important information that is on your certification exam. So I did include this little PDF that talks a little bit more about backups, is specifically what is a piecemeal restore. If I've added that information, it is something that you want to take note of. It usually means that you will see something about this, or you could see something about this on the certification test. So you need to know what a piecemeal restore is. Okay, and then down here under chapter 3, the like operator and wildcard characters, I felt like you needed a little bit more information on those. So again, I've provided that for you. Down here at the end of those chapters, it had some terms. So I've defined them for you. I've got the slideshows. And then if you feel like you need any additional information on anything that was covered, I have links to tutorials you can walk through. Okay, everything under course resources is typically optional. So it's just for you if you want additional information. If you run into problems or have any questions at all, please ask. And I hope you all have a fantastic week.